Okay, mask on. And it's time to get cracking and start the 2020-21 season. A season that sadly is going to be like no other. Well, it's going to be a little odd, this, isn't it? First game of pre-season. First game since the COVID-19 lockdown. And Wrexham's first game under social distancing rules, and the club have done an extremely thorough job. They've been working with the Welsh FA and the National League, and they've come up with a massive risk assessment document, which I was looking through earlier, about 50 odd pages of it at least. So this is going to be a peculiar experience. It's a match behind closed doors, so there's only a set number of people, the people who are necessary to make the game go ahead, who will be allowed in. 6 media representatives are allowed in, and so I'm fortunate that I'm one of them. Looks like someone's late for kick-off. Although being late for kick-off actually shouldn't be an issue. I mean, it's a 7 o'clock kick-off. It's 10 to 5 now, because we've been told to try and arrive at about 5. Simply because if we cut it late and we're doing a job on the day and we fail our COVID test, then we won't be allowed in, and there'll have to be a last moment reshuffle with not many resources to reshuffle. COVID test, yeah, that's right. In order to attend this match, everyone, players included, has to fill in a questionnaire today about their symptoms and also whether anyone they live with have any symptoms. And then when we arrive, everybody will have their temperature tested. There's a set temperature, and if I fail, like everyone else, I'll be heading back home again. Although, well, I haven't said that. I may be heading for medical support. It's a strange one. I feel bad in many ways going. I mean, I left my lad behind who follows Wrexham home and away but can't go to it, and I know there's so many fans, so many loyal fans in that situation. But for the moment, this is what it is. It's weird, it's not good, but this at the moment is football. Well, here's my first little difference. I was just going to walk through, and everything's blocked off by here. So we're in the Glyndŵr car park, but you can't go through the normal route, so I'm going to have to pop around this way because we have to come in via the side entrance. So the players are being kept separate. They'll come in through here. There's 3 different categories of people attending the match, and the players are being kept separate because, of course, they've got to be kept away from us. If we are carrying something, we don't want to jeopardise our pre-season matches. It's challenging, isn't it?
Very. We've been in all day since about 11ish, and yeah, obviously a day where we've got our first pre-season game under a global pandemic, as well as the fixtures going out. We've had plenty to do, but everything, to be fair to the stadium staff and all the staff who are working here, it has been really, really good, really professional setup. I don't think a stone's been left unturned on that.
Yeah, exactly. It seems terrifically detailed the way they're going about things, doesn't it? It's really, really good.
Yeah, because you've read the documentation. We've had loads of documents to go through before the game. Every time you come to the ground, you need to fill a form in. If you haven't filled that form in, you just aren't allowed in. And it's really well regimented, to be fair. Like I said, everyone's worked really hard. We're all on the same page anyway with it, aren't we? So yeah. Got to be understanding. I love the face mask, by the way.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And I've got to go and test my temperature now.
Yes.
Make sure I'm not too hot for Wrexham.
Won't beat me. 36.3.
36.3. Okay. Right. One small step for man, one giant leap for my temperature. Who's the temperature guy?
I am. We did that.
Alright, the moment of truth.
Yeah, so
the
big wavy one.
This is sort of like Reservoir Dogs.
33.5.
Yay! I think I beat Ollie as well. I'm chuffed. So, through the amber zone, So the amber zone basically is what most people who aren't stewards are allowed to go into. The stewards, I believe, are in the green zone. Oh, and I was in the toilet then. My gender, I suppose, at least, that wouldn't have been too much of an issue. It's the green zone. It's basically only like the concourses of the stands. The amber zone then includes areas like the seats in the stand, but as you can see, I'm going on a rather convoluted route to get around it. And then there's the red zone, which is basically match officials, players, and you can have 1 or 2 media members. So for example, Colin Henrys is our press manager today, and so he will be in there because he's then able to actually organise things and liaise between players and media. So it's a strange sight. An empty racecourse behind closed doors, which is also heavily segregated. And then up we go, still up the amber zone, and eventually I'll arrive at the press area. So terrific hard work has been put in by the club to ensure that we comply. One of the difficulties is going to be that once we are playing away games, those regulations will be different. And as I understand this, we're fairly in the dark about what will happen at away games, because they're English regulations, not Welsh regulations. So we have to see what happens. Analyst set up here, and here's the press box. As you can see as well, one-way system, specific toilets, so people can't be coming back on themselves and bump into somebody else. Strange world we live in now. So to give you an idea of how empty it is, this here is the entire population of the media team, counting me. You can see Rich Williams down at the bottom from the leader. So yeah, that's it. And whoa! And I assume that this will be the entire crowd in the Yale stand. Wow. This has got to be a satirical choice of song, hasn't it? Well, James was wise enough last season to get very long cables on these headphones, and I was dubious, but now I'm very glad he did, because as you can see, it's very easy to keep social distance, isn't it, with these things?
Wide enough or wide enough?
I said wide enough and corrected myself. So the teams are out, and obviously, as always, they warm up on different halves of the pitch, but there's a bit more of a divide than usual. Cefn Druids have been changing in both changing rooms, because the changing rooms aren't big enough to socially distance, so they get both changing rooms to spread themselves out in. And the Wrexham players have been changing downstairs underneath the stand, and in fact, rather peculiarly, it means that we'll see Wrexham coming out through that corner there, which, well, last time they didn't come out from this tunnel here would have been when they were changing in the turf back there. So massive precautions being taken, players told to arrive separately in their own cars rather than carpool. And you can see every measure being taken to socially distance as much as is possible. Putting in the pressure, and they managed to win a throw-in on the halfway line. Good early pressure in this weirdly empty stadium here. A game behind closed doors. What a peculiarity, with Wrexham subs in the stand with us and pretty much no one else. As the throw-in is taken, and immediately Hall Johnson shows good vision, switching it. He slightly mishits it. And a cute piece of skill by Hall Johnson. Steps over it, changes direction, beats his man, swings a deep cross, too deep. It'll carry through to the try list on the left-hand side. And he takes on his man, lets him get close, hits the goal line, swings a good ball in. Both strikers miss it. Jordan Davis, 6 yards out, scores. And Wrexham take the lead. And I tell you what, the left-sided try list is really tearing it up. He's putting some nasty, nasty balls in.
Good first time.
Yeah, he's not been able to impose himself, has he, in the second half?
There's been some interesting stuff. It's a great ball thread through to Carrington on the right hand side. He's got acres of space. Pick the cross. Going to Bickerstaff. The trialist must score. He does. Bickerstaff just flicks it round. Falls to the trialist. He can't miss from 2 yards out and just side foots it home.
So there we are, out of the bubble. The gut went well. We weren't too rusty, James and I, in the commentary, so I'm pleased about that. And yeah, it was all very well done, very, very well organised. Now we're allowed on the sides of the pitch people like me with an amber. Hang on, that's the wrong arm. Amber arm tag, whatever the heck that is. Bracelet. Yeah, so I was accredited for amber, which was a lot of people, so we could go up there, but we can't go into the area around the tunnel, which is where the players are. It's the red zone, and all the playing staff and really key personnel can go there. And then there's also a green zone in the concourses for stewards, so it's all been really tightly sorted. It's been a fascinating experience, a weird experience, commentating in an empty stadium. And yes, yeah, we've got through it. So let's hope that, you know, by following this, we can continue to have safe matches here at the racecourse and hopefully get the fans in soon. And as you can see here, the press arrangements are rather different. Normally we'd be down in the press room under the university stands, but here we are. Dean Keith's been interviewed on the Cop because we can't get, obviously, into small rooms to do interviews, and so this is how it's going to be. It's good to get back to football, but this has been weird today, hasn't it? What's it been like for a player, you know, to be coming in the bubble and everything like that?
Yeah, it's different. It's not normal. I think the biggest thing is, I think someone said today, I think it's been about maybe 6 months since we played the last game. So, you know, you don't think about these things. You think, you know, I should just go out there today, feel amazing. But, you know, it's a progress. It's good that we've got, I think, about 3 weeks to a month or whatever it is before the season starts. So I'm sure we'll get sharper, stronger, fitter. But yeah, it's been very, very weird experience. But yeah, I guess all we can do is get on with it, and hopefully come start of the season they'll let fans in and we can, you know, get back to a bit of normality.
So that's our new normal, it would seem. It is odd. We desperately want to get the fans back in, but it's totally out of our hands. And until then, that's going to be the experience. I think it's strange, but people are buying into it, and that's important, because we don't want to get into a situation not just where we can't play in front of fans, but where we can't play at all. That would be a tragedy. So pre-season has begun, thank heavens for that. There must have been points where we wondered if it would ever begin, and well, let's hope things keep going well. Bit of a dodgy end to the day though. It's all gone so well. I've just been trying to get into my car, pull into the handle, wouldn't work, and I realised, here's my car. Oh dear.
Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe as well so you don't miss out on any of our content, and click the bell to get notifications.